Hello Art12, this is your video on how to draw for a Cubism project. So I have already watched how to draw Cubism art, which is what we will watch first, and this was my example. And then I'm going to show you two additional ways that you can draw for this project to give you some different approaches or different methods for drawing this way, because it is much different than how we would normally draw. So I am working off of the thumbnail sketch paper, which was in your paper packet. We're going to first take some notes on requirements in one of the boxes. And so you do need 3 sketches. So write that down for yourself to remind you. So you are taking these notes. In each sketch you need multiple viewpoints. So that would be like the top, the side, bottom, other side of your subject matter. We do need to break the item down into shapes. So break into shapes. And also, we don't want too much detail because most of your detail is going to come with blending, fading, and shading with colored pencils on your final draft. We just want to know like how big certain areas need to be on your final draft and what's a basic sketch. So not too much detail. And then we're going to say that you're going to star your favorite at the end so that I know when you send me a picture which one's your favorite. Okay, so again, this one is the one that I did along with the video. I used a coffee cup. I have the repeating coffee cups. I have some like lines dividing it up. I don't have any areas that are too big or too small. You might want to use your ruler for this next one. So an easier version of what the video showed was to first draw your items. So let's say I'm going to draw like a bottle, and then perhaps I'm going to draw a cup overlapping, and then I'm going to draw an apple, so then I would divide up my space, probably with a ruler, or you can freehand. So I'm going to start with a ruler. And they don't have to go all the way through. Okay, then I'm going to take pieces and move them in and out. So instead of having this line line up with the other parts of the drawing, I'm going to move it out so it doesn't line up anymore. Perhaps I'm going to take away a piece of the cup and I'm going to draw a piece of it again. So very similar to what he did in the video. And then maybe I want to divide that too. Okay, then same thing. I'm trying to find areas to move in and out. And then perhaps I'm going to draw some different viewpoints. So right now this is like the front view of the bottle, but maybe over here I want to do like the whole top view, like you're looking down into like a stem of a bottle. Maybe I want to draw a part of the cup over here. Maybe another piece of the apple. So I'm repeating. I'm going to move that out. so that it doesn't line up perfectly. Maybe I'm going to draw another side to the bottle over here. Okay, like another piece of the bottom of the bottle. All right, so then I'm gonna look for other spaces that are a little bit big, like here, here, and up here. Like these sections are pretty big for the final draft when we make it even bigger. So I can divide further with line, or I'm gonna try to like repeat parts of my image to divide it with. So there's another part of the apple, maybe here. I am gonna use just line. Another part of the bottle. Maybe I'll draw the underside over here of the bottle. All right, so that would be good. So that's like a little bit of an easier way beyond what the video was shown. So then the most difficult way is probably drawing with actual cube-like structures. And so you have to think in terms of like front, top, side, and the angles that kind of go along with that. So I'm going to draw like a fish head. Actually, I'm going to go horizontal with this one. So I'm going to turn my paper horizontally. Okay, so I'm going to start out with, let's say I have my fish head here. Okay, so then I'm going to turn it into block-like structures. So actually, I'm going to do like the top of the head. I'm going to do the bottom of the head. Maybe inside of the mouth, top part. So block-like structure for the eye. Maybe a difference between scales. Maybe like another viewpoint added on. And then perhaps some bubbles, and I would divide up that space. So I will show you a picture of my finished sketches so you can kind of see how that would end up. So this is another way, is to actually use cube-like structures where you have like a front and a top and a side and another top and another side. And if I have my scales here, they're not just flat. I have the front and the side of the scale showing. I have the top of the eye, the bottom of the eye, the side of the eye, and perhaps I'll keep that part in there. So those are your options. Follow the first video where he repeats and kind of divides with line. Draw the items first, divide, and then move stuff in and out so it looks like cubism, or actually draw with cube-like structures. When you're finished, which right now I'm kind of liking this one. So let's say this was my favorite out of the three. Then when you're finished, you're gonna star and tell me like, this is the one I like, because you're actually gonna take a picture and turn in your sketches so that I can take a look at the level of detail you've included and making sure you're meeting the requirements for the project. Okay, have fun drawing cubistically.